Yeah, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like Hela is making a little bit of a comeback in the Marvel Snap meta. I was trolling around Untapped looking for some kind of under the radar decks that had great stats, and over the last couple days there's actually 2 different Hela lists that have been gaining momentum. They don't have crazy win rates, but they do have crazy cube rates, which is kind of the story for a couple different decks in the meta right now. This Hela stuff, but also Mr. Negative is doing the same sort of thing at the top of the meta right now when it comes to cube rates. And there's sort of a traditional Hela list with just a bunch of crazy big bodies, and then this one, which is the tribunal variation of Hela with, you know, Iron Man in here, of course, getting some crazy scaled up stats, but next to all these, tribunal distributing those stats, often still, you know, landing you 30 plus power at every location, which is just so hard for so many decks to beat unless they disrupt the Hela combo. But yeah, this is one of those decks where like it either hits and you have crazy home runs, or it whiffs and you are completely useless and you feel like you couldn't have done anything, which I personally hate playing that. It feels like you don't have a ton of meaningful decision points. Like occasionally there's little things you can do to increase your odds and chances here and there, you know, sometimes finding stuff with Jubilee or little positioning tricks or location help, but mostly you just kind of sit back and let the deck play itself and just see how things unfold, which can be successful from a climbing standpoint. This deck has great cube rates, but I think it's kind of boring, and also it feels kind of boring to lose to as well. It's like, oh well, they did the thing. I think I say that 4 or 5 times this video. Well, I did the thing and I won the game. Now, I will say, you know, one potential saving grace here is that as awareness of this deck increases, I do think cube rate will decrease. So in other words, if a YouTuber makes a video about it and people start to expect the Hela, you know, they're going to be retreating for 1 instead of playing games out and getting dumped on by a combo they haven't seen in like 6 months. I feel like I haven't seen Hela in forever. I don't know when she got nerfed, but I think that's really the last time I played against her. So, you know, maybe this one kind of falls as awareness increases, which does mean you might not have a huge window to play this one if you're trying to get in and surprise people. You might need to do it rather quickly because this could fall off. Although, who knows, sometimes just these power dump decks just kind of compete because the numbers are so big, and decks have a hard time getting around that when it works. So if you snap well, if you're very conscious and diligent and perhaps quick with this one, I think you might be able to climb with Hela once again, as sad as it makes me. Okay, Magic Supergiant is definitely a possibility here, yeah. Probably better for the opponent than me, but I don't ever hate to see an Iron Man get buffed, and well, just cards around Iron Man to get buffed too. So actually, we're pretty good to go if we find Hela. Maybe even if we don't, at least not immediately anyway. Expansion's probably not a huge risk for us, although now that we see Hela, maybe it is, just out of a weird discard or something. Like, we know we have a line here. The one risk we have at the moment is just like the limbo getting turned off, I guess. That's not a problem if we hit Luke Cage. Might be a deck that has Nocturne, would not shock me. The limbo is definitely a bit exposed. Let's build a lane here so that Iron Man has good targets, right? Luke Cage this turn, Supergiant on 5, Hela on 6, MODOK on 7, hopefully not disrupted. Because I don't want to hit a bunch of rocks. Like, we need the bodies. I mean, Iron Man Red Hulk's a great start, but we need more than that. We don't want to whiff on this. That's a great body. Okay, that's hopefully enough to get us by here. So yeah, MODOK's bigger than Hela, so we'll put Hela left. Again, let's just really. Oh, that's pretty scary. That's a lot of power. We don't currently have Tribunal though, so it's more about like. Oh, well, oh god, wrong card. Well, okay. Let's try to get a good Iron Man spot, right? I mean, the good news is he's kind of buffed a little bit himself already. So no Legion here, hopefully. No Storm or whatever else. Like, oh, actually, we're fine. I forgot Supergiant protects us so well against so much stuff. That's really cool, actually. That's really cool. I don't know. MODOK plus Rock. If an Iron Man got stranded here with, like, something small, that might be a problem. Let's give it a little more space because everything else is big. So like if Iron Man gets here, every other card is bigger than MODOK, right? You know what I mean? Like it's guaranteed, and then if it's here, you know, it's fine anyway. So yeah, I think we've got a pretty solid chance here. The Darkhawks are potentially kind of big, but not really. We have only 2 cards in a Rockin' deck, so we drew really well, by the way. I gotta say, we drew super well. Juggernaut, no problem. Rock Slide makes Darkhawk bigger, otherwise no problem. I mean, 26 and 29 is a lot. I don't know, I'm nervous. Did our Red Hulk go off? Iron Man hits right. Is there anything there to go with it? Magneto maybe would be nice. I mean, it's probably enough anyway. Yeah, Magneto's fun though.
We are the future.
That'll do it. Dude, this deck. It's so stupid. It's just like, yep, okay, it happened. We did the thing. Every time I feel like zero satisfaction, I feel like. Okay, yeah, actually pretty great if we find MODOK. I mean, magic's maybe a little unnecessary or wasted, but oh my god, the actual dream. Okay. Well, no, we actually know this is gonna be safe because the cards don't activate the Lechiguia until later, right? So this should be fine either way. I mean, we can magic the Lechiguia anyway, just to, well, we don't necessarily need this magic is the one thing. I mean, it gives me one more card in hand to potentially get a bigger MODOK, but it might also make me a little bit more restricted. I mean, it does give you that kind of like turn 7 kind of, I don't know. Oh god, I forgot about oh god, can I undo my oh my god, I didn't think about Kiln going mid. Oh, I need to undo my turn. Bro. When everything falls apart simultaneously. Good god. No, 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 no. Okay, we have to draw Super Giant, right? And we're still fine. We're actually still totally fine. Honestly, can we just win with Iron Man, like, Tribunal anyway, maybe? Because they can't really add a lot of power here. Hold up, dude, wait a minute. This, oh my god, we're actual geniuses, dude. We're the greatest players in the world. This deck doesn't have any way to disrupt me or turn off Limbo, right? That's just not the kind of deck this is. Dude, this game, I threw, but then we had a kind of multiple paths out of this game and we're actually gonna hit. I cannot believe this game, dude. I threw so hard, but we're back. Pretty good hand too. I kind of wish you had a Jubilee, but the Iron Man is gonna get stacked up with, well, I guess there is a chance technically the Iron Man is stuck by himself. That would be the worst luck in the world. We might be fine anyway, honestly. I don't know, Tribunal's gonna make this a little weird just math-wise, but they're not that big mid and right, so I'm hopeful. Oh, that's actually not a problem at all. That doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's a problem, I guess, because APOC and Morbius are bigger, but I don't care. The Magneto is a little weird with Dracula, though. Shoot, I don't know. Now I'm worried about that Dracula a little bit. I don't know if it matters too much. It's just about
Apocalypse.
Like if Dracula goes with Morbius, we win the other 2 spots pretty easily. You know what I mean? Oh,
we are the future.
No, it pulled the Gambit instead. Oh, this might be a problem. Maybe not. Maybe we're big enough anyway. Iron Man hits. Oh, that's so big. That's so clutch. That Iron Man is a big deal. Let's freaking go, dude. If the Iron Man went in a bad spot, we were in trouble. Well, I guess once we saw the Infinite here, maybe there was no downside. This one is bigger though. 15 and 9's bigger than 20. Ooh, dude, I almost threw so hard. We should have obviously limboed the Kiln so we weren't locked out, but in a weird way, it kind of helps because it narrowed the opponent's power in those 2 locations. So maybe I'm just a genius who trusts my top decks, right? Currently nothing to do, but that's kind of this deck, right? It sort of does nothing until it does everything. So Invisible Woman is pretty chill. Vibranium Mines I just can't risk right now. We need to hit our key cards, so we have to hope right is not some way gonna screw us. I guess we'll see. Kind of screwing us. Well, we can still just, you know, draw in order as well right now. Like, just hit MODOK on 5, Hela on 6. Mr. Negative's tough to beat, for the record. We got some big numbers to overcome here, potentially. Mr. Negative is right now kind of like the inverse of this deck, almost. We don't have a magic. I think I have to take a shot on a magic or a MODOK here. Like, obviously we had Hela. It's game over. We'll retreat for 1, whatever. That's fine. I mean, it's not actually the worst play. It's 7 power, but we're not going to beat a Mr. Negative deck if we hit Hela here. But if we hit MODOK, you know, we have some interesting lines. Tribunal, okay. Nothing else. It thinned the deck a little bit, right? So that's something. You can also stack an Iron Man here too, if we hit it on time. Okay, so there's the Hela, but no freaking MODOK. And no magic on time either. So our line here would probably be just pass into Infinite. Unless we think the opponent is going to float energy, then Super Giant into Red Hulk would be marginally stronger. This would also give me an Iron Man top deck, which is marginally stronger. 10, 15. Iron Man's actually about the same, right? 20. You get 15 times 2. Red Hulk could actually gain twice as well, but I think this is Jade, so... Oh no, it's the magic! I'm a genius! This is another advantage. You play to your out a little bit, right? You play to your out some, and then you're happy. And now we have a chance to hit the MODOK off the top. It's a 50-50 to hit the MODOK. Yeah, let's take it, right? Like, that's pretty sick. If not, is Iron Man good enough? There's like no way, right? There's just no way. Oh my God. So I think we play the MODOK here. Well, there's no Iron Man, so I guess it doesn't really matter. In this case, like, stats are stats. Is the Tribunal. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I mean, I don't know, dude. Negative decks can get really big. You know, Crimson Cosmos 2 doesn't really limit them. Maybe we stopped a Jane, but they kind of drew a lot naturally anyway. They probably wouldn't have played that magic if they had Jane, though. My opinion. Is this Zol Arnhem Null stuff? Not the Sagey build. This seems like it should be pretty hard to beat. That's kind of crazy power, right? I don't think we're gonna get to 47 right. I mean, maybe we win left.
Minions to me.
We are the future.
I mean, I need stuff left. Oh, I forgot we got Tribunal too. That makes 24 even harder to hit. Infinite. Hulk's big. Oh, Jane's at 5. No, we're so close. We did stop the Jane. We saw the Super Giant in action here. Dude, if this was an Iron Man hand, for sure we get there, right? For sure. 27 to 29 is brutal. Yeah, that's a good loss though, man. That shows we had some cool outs we played too there, you know, like just kind of played the line. The magic saved us. The Jane disrupted. I mean, they had a great negative draw anyway, like crazy good negative draw. Nolan Arnim Zola is enough to win a game, as you know, you can see. Sokovia, okay, not a problem for us if we don't care. This actually makes the Jubilee even less risky. We could just win with a like traditional, like, you know, Jubilee into Hela, into Red Hulk, into Iron Man, into stuff. Could be a good line. Opponent snap. What did they discard? I didn't even look. My God. America Chavez. Whoa. Okay. Ant-Man and America Chavez together. That's a sick Ant-Man. I love the vintage comic variants for whatever reason. They're so cool. I think we still go Magic. I mean, we typically use our final turn so much better than most decks. What is this? Are they like doing a... They like doing a... challenge, like a mission or something with 1-drops? Zoo? Like what's happening here? They're both pretty great for me typically. Too mad about either of these, honestly. With Magic, we can go Super Giant on 5. If we go Jubilee on 4 here and it hits MODOK, we're not too mad. If it hits Hela, we're kind of mad, but we might be okay because of that Red Hulk. But it's pretty unlikely to hit Hela anyway, so we should probably play the odds regardless, right? Kazar, so just full on Zoo it looks like right now. Oh, that's a good hit. Okay. Oh, we don't mind that. Ah, there's the MODOK. Yeah, we should just rip this now, probably, right? We could technically... Well, yeah, if we draw Hela or Magneto, whichever one, we just play it now. and then the other one on 7, right? So it should be fine. The downside of this MODOK is if we don't hit Hela, which is a 2 out of 3 at this stage, it's a pretty good hit. My hand is pretty dead. Like if I draw Invisible Woman, you know, and Magneto, it's like a little risky. We could still Supergiant for now, and you know, like that still lets us play Hela, or well, it doesn't let us play MODOK next turn though. Ah, crap. I'm gonna lean into it. We're gonna hit the Hela. I got faith. We're just gonna trust. I believe in us. It's good to be good. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, I don't really know where this Hela belongs, but we just want to play it now in case of any limbo shenanigans. Magneto might still be, you know, Invisible Woman's a pretty terrible top deck. Everything else is probably pretty fine top deck. I think we're gonna be okay in most cases, right? It's a pretty big Iron Man. We got the Luke Cage incoming, so we know we're gonna have some monster stats. Tribunal's great. Yeah, this is gonna be very tough to beat. Oh, Supergiant reveals as well. I don't think that makes a difference, but Magneto here would be just delightful. But doesn't matter. Easy game. Victory. Interesting to see them snap early. I'm still not really sure what. Maybe just seeing the Red Hulk go away, they felt good for some reason. Probably hard to deduce exactly what we were at that stage. Like we were pretty insane. I feel like a Gilgamesh here could have stolen a lot of power from me, but not enough to make these meaningfully small, right? They were just gonna be too weak. Okay, Magic Supergiant definitely gives us some opportunity. Supergiant on turn 5. Let's turn off Kamar-Taj. Doesn't really help us. Might help the opponent. I mean, kind of technically Jubilee could net a little bit of a benefit because it might help us find a Hela or something. Is that worth it? 7-turn game. We're pretty likely to find Hela anyway. Oh, there's the Hela. Kamar-Taj could still help me find the MODOK too. Maybe we turn off Bar Sinister here. It is pretty good with some of our cards, to be honest, but I don't know. They might have like a Blue Marvel or something that's really good there, and we just don't need it. I'll keep the Kamar-Taj for Jubilee's sake. The Jubilee might really create some opportunity. I feel like a ton of people are running the new, like, whatever this is called, Prism or something. I think it looks pretty cool. I like it. It's definitely more like, you know, standout, visible sort of thing. So we want to play Supergiant on 5, not 4. So we can play Hela on 6 and then MODOK on 7. Since we missed our Invisible Woman, this is kind of our backup line. We don't really need to worry about the Jubilee stuff either now. It's not a problem. It's gonna be a tough one. We don't have Tribunal right now, so there is some concern about like positioning a little bit, because you know, like, you don't want Iron Man to get stuck in a really small lane or anything. And you just kind of want to spread power evenly. It's tough though. We'll see. I don't know. Do they have a way to turn off Limbo? Oh, Sandman's actually not a problem. Okay, that's cool. Especially not, well, it wouldn't be anyway. We only play 1 card per turn anyway, but definitely not a problem this turn either way. Unless they turn off Limbo somehow, Legion or something. But I guess Supergiant prevents that anyway. So what do you know? Yeah, this is a pretty decent little spread, right? You got 5 and 6 is 11, 8 and 2 is 10. Like, that's a good spread. You ever toss in the Invisible Woman? I mean, we have guaranteed space. Make sure she doesn't end up anywhere too weird. Jubilee's a bit unusual too. We don't have a Tribunal unless Jubilee hits it. So this is actually about like matching power to power. Yeah, I don't know. There's enough space that Invisible Woman will get summoned anyway. So, you know, she's gonna go somewhere, so it's just about putting her where you want her, and kind of maybe left is our weakest spot, but maybe not. If we hit a big, you know, infinite monster metropolis, it's gonna be pretty nuts. They're currently getting a decent little bonus there. There's their Ultron. Bada bing, bada boom. And are we big enough? This is where you just toss it up to God and say, hey, I hope we're big enough.
Iron Man. We
don't currently have a Luke Cage either, so yeah, still no Luke Cage. Shoot. We needed that Luke Cage.
We are the future.
Red Hulk, we're gonna get there.
Minions to me.
Nice. Even without the Luke Cage, yeah, it's close though, dude. It's close. Infinite swiped this Monster Metropolis a little bit. That helps every little bit. If you know you have Tribunal, maybe stacking a spot so that your Iron Man gets a big chunk next to him. You know, like small stuff, lock out a location so that Iron Man is gonna get big stuff. That would probably be better. But we didn't know for sure we were gonna have Tribunal, so. In that case, I think spreading is better. Okay, Jubilee Camouflage can help us find stuff. That's problem is it's risky, right? Because you don't always find what you want to find. You find. Okay, that helps. That helps. That means, well, it's still risky a little bit unless we play it late. You know, we don't want to. We don't want to. I guess we turn off Raft because we're really bad at Raft. That's that Isle of Silence can just wreck me because it can ruin Iron Man and Tribunal. And Luke Cage, yeah, maybe we have to turn this off. Kind of sad because we're probably gonna give them a good Raft card, but I mean, maybe not. Number one and number two, sometimes the Raft cards are overrated. Like, yeah, it's nice, but it may not be enough to just like outpower our crazy power output stuff. So, we need either Supergiant or Invisible Woman by turn 6 here, but we're kind of running out of hand space, so I may have to play Jubilee next turn to try to find one, but I also have MODOK in the deck, so we've got some problems here where we can't really get everything out. That's great news. Okay, that's totally fine. So now we go Invisible Woman into Hela on 6, and then if we don't draw the MODOK naturally, we just rip the Jubilee left, and maybe it'll be guaranteed by then. I think so. We're drawing 2 more. Acid Arrow is actually not a problem, believe it or not. Only 1 is totally fine. I mean, it's annoying because, you know, it's a board space gone. We may need the board space more than anything else, but maybe not even, to be honest. Limbo getting turned off would be the bigger problem here, of course. So we either draw MODOK here or we hit it off Jubilee. Guaranteed either way. If we do have to play Jubilee, there's what? 3 cards there. Well, there will be what? 6 cards in hand. Jubilee is 7, and then 2 more cards is 9 spots needed, and we only have 8. So we could end up missing a key thing, an Iron Man, a Tribunal, an Infinite, you know, one of the kind of big boys. Spider-Man 2099, they are revealing first. Oh, we just hit the MODOK. That's probably safer, right? Can't go here though, sadly, so there is some risk Iron Man's gonna get stuck in a bad spot. This is better than Jubilee or not? Well, no, Jubilee doesn't work, so yes, it's definitely better than Jubilee. I'm just sad I'm losing the Luke Cage too. But this is really big and this is really big. So if we hit both, I think we'll be okay. If the Spider-Man 2099 kills the Invisible Woman, do we have a problem though? Like, since they're revealing first, I think Hela will reveal prior to MODOK. But they may not want to do that because Acid Arrow's there and stuff, and they clearly haven't done that yet, so hopefully that's the case. This is just a numbers game, it looks like. Are we big enough? I sort of hate how much you just toss it up to fate here. There's no, like, you know, one of my favorite parts of Marvel Snap is really the sort of calculations you make, like planning out your numbers and trying to, you know, get the right number matches here and there. And this is just like none of that. There's a little bit of positioning, you know, kind of figuring with distributions of Iron Man. That's exactly what we didn't want, and I said could happen. That really sucks. Maybe it'll be okay anyway. We're just so big with Tribunal, but that's just a really small Iron Man. Oh, we got the Luke Cage. Oh, that helps. That totally helped. I forgot Luke Cage could still hit. I forgot we had a Jubilee in the mix. Oh, we're just gods. It doesn't matter. We're just too good. This was the low roll for sure, but it's victory. It ended up being what? Still 9, 7, 14 power here. It's just not that good. Like only a 7 power Iron Man. Oh, if it lands over here, it's a billion. We would have won everything by a mile. Yeah, Luke Cage was definitely a great roll over Supergiant. It looks like we might have had it anyway. Okay, so this is something to work with at least. Magic kind of needed here. We have not hit an actual Invisible Woman MODOK Hela game yet. I've been playing 33 minutes and we just haven't had that curve yet. So that's always a little unfortunate. Oh, dude, Central Park. No. Oh, bailing them out, dude. Central Park's just really bad for me too because of spacing. It's just so hard to get there. Okay, Invisible Woman actually gives me an out, man. I can top deck MODOK here. We still have magic as well, I guess. Oh no, we're actually a little late on the magic line. Not true. They have a Shang-Chi. Okay, that's something to keep. MODOK off the top. No. Can Iron Man Tribunal win this? No, he can't. Definitely not. Yeah, I don't need a super giant. Yeah, you know, clearly that doesn't work. Okay, I agree.
I am Iron Man.
So Stark Tower.
All systems go.
Like, it's just not even remotely enough, right? Do we even try? Like, do we even bother trying? Maybe. I don't know. No, but maybe. It's what, 19 is 38 plus another 5 is 43, is not even 15. That's gonna be like 14 in each spot. Like, there's no way they don't have 14, right? Although they may just decide to go really strong mid and not kind of play into the Tribunal too much. But if I'm them, I'm moving Nocturne right, and that's already 14. I mean, maybe we could win a tiebreaker, but I doubt it because we'll be way behind mid because they're gonna get strong mid. They might try to play a Shang-Chi. Oh no, they have priorities, so they won't think about a Shang-Chi at all. Maybe they go for like disruption left though or something, and then we kind of just get there. That looks like way more than 14. Looks like a lot. That's already 14. This is gonna be 14. That's gonna make me, well, actually it doesn't hurt. That's 13. They're at 16 mid though, dude. It's so close. Did I do the math right? 14 E. It's so close, dude. Yeah, I did the math right, unfortunately. Gosh dang, it's so close. For a game to go so poorly here, that is so freaking close. The Black Bolt Hela like almost creates an alternative line, but obviously, you know, it wasn't like an Iron Man, it was a super giant, so oh, it's just so close. So sad. Oh, TVA. Well, okay. There's two schools of thought here, right? Like, we could Magic, or we could Jubilee. I mean, we probably Magic, right? Like, that's the safe bet. But I'm tempted by the Jubilee a little bit. Like, what if you just hit like Jubilee Tribune? What if I hit Luke Cage right now and the Jubilee? No, we can't. No, we gotta. It's okay. Okay, Invisible Woman's fine. I didn't want to play Invisible Woman left because if we Magic here, she won't go off, right? And I didn't want to play her mid because it might be hard to win that if we don't Magic. Our cards don't get buffed while the opponents do. But now I do want to start playing things mid for Iron Man stacks. We could actually maybe even win this game on just like Tribunal Iron Man. So this is interesting. We're just always better off playing this here, right? I think so. Because if we hit Hela naturally, it's not a problem, and if we don't, like, this gives us an out for Hela late. You know, we want to. Oh, okay, that's fine. Actually, yeah, we just go MODOK Hela now. That's totally fine. We can put Iron Man mid to make sure he gets the Muir Island buff kind of thing. Always a little worried about turning off Limbo, but the Hela will kind of save that anyway a little bit, or at least try to. She may not have the best hand always, but it's a pretty good hand. This Jubilee, of course, is stranded, but that's okay. That was worth the risk. We just happened to draw sort of perfectly after that. So they turn off Limbo here. I mean, we're still getting 4 pretty great dudes, and we're not weak right either. That's the great thing about MODOK and Hela is like they're a 14 base plus 4 is 18 already. Like that's pretty strong. So as long as you get good stacks elsewhere. Now that's gonna be hard to beat. That's not gonna be easy. We need to get a good stack left, maybe. Can I do anything interesting with Magneto? Probably not. It could maybe move Luke Cage or something, but it's like I really want the Iron Man. Oh, this is only gonna buff Iron Man, right? Like it's just really hard to win that. I think we go Iron Man here to try to win this. Since we don't have Tribunal, we need to win right and we need to win left. So we want Iron Man left to make sure we hit good stuff. The risk is if we get like Luke Cage and not something else. Oh, they're just out, dude. They're scared. Yeah, I can't blame you with that many cards hiding behind Invisible Woman. Like it's pretty spooky. Yeah, I see you. Oh, okay. We got Invisible Woman. That is definitely a good start. We even got some super giant backup stuff right now. Hela in hand as well. So now we just really need to find MODOK. Do we have any hand size concerns here? I don't think so. I can turn off Asgard with magic if I want. I would prefer to just win it though. We can just win it. That would be much more delightful. So we can, yeah, magic right actually is fine. Maybe the Jhin here. We've also got board size concerns a little bit for post Hela. So we could do like Hela literally next turn in Nord Dimension, or we could go like no Jhin into a Jubilee. Because the Jubilee has a pretty good chance of winning, I would say. And then play the Jhin with the Jubilee, I think I like a little more. Opponent has decided to go left, not contesting the Asgard head-to-head. Okay, that's kind of good news, I think. Oh, so kind of contesting Asgard a little bit, but not the way we might think. Maybe we see a Khazar come down here. What would that leave us at from a power standpoint? Well, I mean, it really just depends, right? Oh, the problem is we have a chance of hitting MODOK. Oh, I forgot about freaking MODOK, dude. Maybe we go Super Giant and we can play Hela, frankly, anywhere is fine. Doesn't actually have to be on the Invisible Woman. Ah, shoot. I mean, the odds of hitting MODOK are what? 1 in 5? Because this doesn't beat Khazar, right? Khazar goes to 7 mid here. Ah, dude, I'm just gonna do it. Whatever, it's fine. We took our risk. It's game 1. If we throw one, it's not Khazar anyway. Shoot. Well, maybe it is. No, it's Marvel Boy. Okay, shoot. We could have got Super Giant safely. God, please don't be MODOK one time, please. Don't. Okay, that's.
I am.
Honestly, just enough. We'll take it. The Jhin saving the day. Okay. So yeah, now we just play Hela left and we are guaranteed to draw MODOK on time. Actually, the limbo might even be like a little bit of a liability, I guess, right?
Opponent snapped.
Snapping. Why do they feel so? I'm nervous now. Like now they've made me nervous. I mean, yeah, we'll just play MODOK next turn in case of, you know, like they turn this off or whatever. Oh, we can't play the MODOK. Oh no, wait, 6 drops. No, we can. We're fine. These don't matter. Tribunal kind of matters, but not really. No, we're still fine. We'll play MODOK. Totally forgot what Leafs did for a minute, but this is absolutely chill. The problem really is that I have 2, 3, 4, 5 spots, 6 cards. If I miss, I might be in trouble. Do we just play the MODOK here so that we don't accidentally hit like a Luke Cage here or whatever? That's what, 20 power mid. That is a little exposed. We could actually play the Infinite. I don't really think they're gonna turn off Limbo. So if you play the Infinite, you're like not mad. I mean, it doesn't actually have to be Infinite. Maybe it could be like Magneto, because that's kind of big enough anyway. And then you have the Infinite hit elsewhere. Yeah, they're not gonna turn off Limbo, right? It's fine. This is not a deck that runs location tech. They could maybe have like a Nocturne or something, but you wouldn't even really expect that. So I think this is pretty good. I mean, 2 low rolls here. So, you know, worst case would be like Tribunal, Super Giant, Hulk, and Luke Cage. But I think that would probably still get us over the hump left. I feel like left is a pretty good spot from a power standpoint. Ultron and probably just what? Little 1-drop Squirrel Girl. Yeah, this should be totally fine. Really, if we hit Infinite, we can't lose. I think left needs maybe Red Hulk or like Tribunal plus something. I don't know. Dude, what is up with these animations? So laggy, dude.
Minions
So laggy.
to me.
That's gonna do it. Yeah, that's fine. That's not bad either. That'll work too. No Infinite, but certainly doing just fine. Yeah, I think we took a few calculated risks this game, which may or may not be necessary, but definitely part of the conversation in this deck. Well, there you go. We did the thing.